So the task that I've been really doing, to be honest with you, like it was really just Jason always, he posts about his Project 369 book. And so that was a book that I had bought for me and a couple other people on really just.
How do you like it?
I really do like it. I like it a lot in a sense of it gives me something when I wake up in the morning. Like the first thing I do, like I go get my coffee and I actually get down and I sit in Starbucks and I put on some earbuds, depending on what music they got playing, right? Because in the book they talk about a lot about
setting the tone,
frequencies and things like that. And so I could put on like some music in my ear, put on the noise cancellation so I don't hear anything. And I really just write out. I read. I think each day starts off with your manifestation. You write it 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the evening, and then in the afternoon, and then 9 times before you go to bed. And so really getting on my mental, the things that I think about, the things that I want to receive, or the things that I want to manifest into my life, things like that. Like, so for me, like that right now is my routine, and really starting to open up my mind and really think about what is it that I want. It's led me to have conversations with my wife, because I kept getting caught on certain things, like what are your desires, or things like that. It's really hard, and what you got to think about is what are you. I can't say what my desires are, because I have desires, but my desires are also tied to what I want in the sense of a relationship too. Mm-hmm. And so how do you answer that if you've never had that conversation with your significant other?
Yeah.
And so then that led to conversations like, what does our life look like in 5 years? Like, what is it that you've always wanted? How do you want to live? What kind of lifestyle would you want? And we go and we answer that question, but it's like, okay, well, you have a housekeeper now. So now what does that look like? Because it may not, we don't think on a big scale sometimes when you talk about like your desires. This is if everything was perfect in the sense of, where you lived and how you lived and what you did with your time.
What does it look like?
What does that look like? Because we can say that we want this house, but then your first thing is like, well, shit, I don't want to have to clean that house. Well, no, you got a housekeeper now. So now what kind of house do you want? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
you're going to always take away from yourself. It's the craziest thing, bro. You're going to take away from yourself. You're going to be like, I want this. Well, the number one thing, right? So I was talking to my real dad the other day, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy a jet. He's like, yeah, but those things are really expensive upkeep. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I have money to buy a jet.
Yeah.
But like, that's the first place where he went.
Yeah.
To where that's what you're trained to do is like, oh, well, but this.
Yeah.
Oh, well, but that. Like, no, I'm going to fuck. Yeah. This is what it is. I already know what it looks like. I don't know how much it's going to cost me every month. I'm going to fuck.
Yeah.
I have it set up.
Yeah.
It's fine. And then I can go and I can manifest something else, and I can see what it looks like next. Like, what are the other things I want in my life? And then I can figure out all of those crazy thoughts that come in your head that tell you, oh, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, your life can't look like that. Oh, well, no, it's too far away. Right. To where I got into real estate. I remember at the very beginning, I was like, you know what? I want to get into real estate so I can buy plane tickets from Fresno, California to Baltimore, Maryland whenever I want. So my son and my son's mom can see her family. That's why we got started.
Yeah.
And other people still told me bullshit. Right. But then like, okay, well, how can I make that happen? Now it's turned into just to Salt Lake and Fresno with a private jet.
I knew that I wanted to be bi-coastal. You know what I mean? Like I knew like, I want to invest in real estate locally and stuff like that because I love our market. But like, I don't, one thing that came up with me and my wife is that we don't have like an aspiration of having like, a 10,000 square foot house. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just give me something cozy, something that, we don't feel cluttered in, but like, I want a house in other locations. So then the next question is, so babe, where would we want to buy another house at? Like, where would we want to go travel and spend 3 weeks out of the year, or 3 months out of the year too, and things like that. And then the answer that comes from that is, we can say what it is or where we might want that to be. But reality is we haven't really gone out and experienced other places. Because you may think that it's Hawaii, right? People are like, oh, I want to get a house in Hawaii.
But like,
you may think
well,
I mean, I've been there.
But like, what's Hawaii to you?
But what's Hawaii to you? You might go somewhere freaking, Salt Lake City, right? I ain't never been to Salt Lake City, but I might go there and completely fall in love with it. Like, no, I need a house here. Fuck Hawaii, I want one here.
Yep.
And so all that did was tell us that we don't get out enough. So it's like, okay, we need to start getting out more, which means we need to just start just booking flights and just go somewhere. Just me and you. Because to this day, I mean, we've been married since 2016 and we still haven't even had a honeymoon. I can't even think of the last time me and my wife has gone somewhere and it's just been me and her.
Yeah, bro, fucking get in there.
So asking your significant other those questions on kind of what your desires are and what does your life look like 5, 10, 15 years from now, it'll lead you to some pretty damn good conversations.